Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you checking it out. I'm going to be talking about the Israeli Psyop and mind control situation is collapsing, right? People are noticing more and more. I think it's actually kind of weird, to be honest. Maybe maybe noticing too much. I got some videos I want to share with you. High profile people, Theo Vaughn, Jimmy Dore's always been noticing. Even the do you see the Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz interview the other day? I saw clips. I haven't watched the whole thing. I'm debating on whether to do a commentary on it. I don't know if I want to talk about these things much anymore. I'm kind of moving in a new direction, and the direction might be focusing on the world we want to build instead of the world that being triggered by the media and the news. Maybe focusing on other positive things, right? Not being captured and having our mind captured by these clowns so much. I'm in a bit of a quandary. There are still people who are still buying into the psyop, and for them I recommend The Occupation of the American Mind and the Mystery of Israel, at stopworldcontrol.com/Israel. There's a lot of things. I've got a couple videos here I want to share with you. People, I think it's the impending war. It's so silly that we're even having this conversation. I think it's the impending war that's throwing people over the edge. Check out this one right here. Here we go.
So I have a question for all of you Make America Great Again, Put America First, so-called patriots out there. Do you really care about improving American lives? Do you really care about putting America first? Or is that MAGA hat that you wear and chant just a slogan that you don't really understand? Because putting America first means not being dumb enough to fall for Israel's lies and going to war for them again. I know a lot of you don't care that it cost over 1 million innocent lives when we went to Iraq, but maybe you'll care about the American troops that will die yet again for Israel. Maybe you care that it cost the American taxpayers $1.9 trillion to go to war over lies of weapons of mass destruction. Maybe you care that the average cost per U.S. taxpayer has been $8,000 to $9,000 per person. And that number is going to exceed $2 to $3 trillion in the coming years. And if you thought that it cost a lot going to war with Iraq, then I want you to see how much it's going to cost to go to war with Iran. If you are not okay with spending $8,000 to $9,000 per taxpayer, what do you think it's going to cost when we're spending $6 to $8 trillion to go to war with Iran? It's going to cost us more money. It's going to cost us more American lives. It's going to cost a lot more innocent lives being taken in Iran. And I don't know about you, but I am sick and tired of our politicians making money off of wars while we pay for those wars. I am sick and tired of Israel's control, and I am sick and tired of the lobby running our country. So if you really want to make America great again, you have to make Palestine free again, because that means ending Zionism and ending their control over our country.
By the way, her hat says "Make Palestine Free Again." This gal is Core Fitness by Nas3. She's on her third Instagram account. I've been following her for a while. I guess she was a fitness coach and still is, but she pretty much dedicated her whole page, as many people have, to addressing what's going on. It's all connected, right? What's happening in Palestine has been happening all around the world. It's just that's the kind of the hot point right now. But what the Zionists are doing to Palestinians, they've been doing to people in the West, using silent weapons for quiet wars. Because in the in America, you don't drop bombs on America. You poison the food, you poison the air, you poison the water, you poison the media. You know, the battlefield's always been in the mind, right? Um, you you do everything you can to subvert. You poison the music, right? Look at what rap music has done to the black community. Look at what rap music has done to the white community. I mean, it is we're reaching a point where the sickness is so profound, you people can't help but wake up. They can't help but wake up. You know, it's just one of those things. I saw this video the other day. Let's watch this one. She touches on it. This is Crystal Teeny.
This is the only thing that I can say today. Stop giving these people in power your power. You want to sit there and think that these people, these politicians, are your savior while they're bombing other countries and wanting to send your children to die for something that is just because of them and their greed. Keep thinking that these people actually care about you. We have to do the work, the inner work. We have to raise our levels of consciousness so that these things can't exist anymore. Stop outsourcing your power and thinking that you have no say in it. Why do you think they killed Jesus? They killed Jesus because they knew that he was teaching people that the power was within, not without. And then they made him a God. They made him a God to make us believe that he was untouchable, that nobody could be like Jesus, but all he was teaching us is that we could be like him. And if we were more like him, this world and all this would not be existing.
Yeah, isn't that great? Let me see what you say here. I'm just not making videos anymore. I'm an independent, but that just pisses off both sides these days. Yeah, it can. I mean, it's a touchy situation. I don't like to ruffle feathers either. But what happened for me was I saw the world go full crazy during COVID, and I was like, okay, this is not okay, right? This is not okay. And then I realized, well, this is my world too, and I'm not going to sit back and let the world go full crazy, because we shape the world that we live in. It's our world to shape as well. What people are really noticing, and this is also the underlying theme of the video, is that our society has been carefully crafted and manipulated, and we've been carefully herded in a specific way. I think there's a high probability everything has been engineered. The movies, the music, the media, the politicians, the bills, the laws. I think everything's been engineered to lead us to this point now. I mean, I think the Patriot Act was a part of this situation, leading us to where we're at now. And I think people always wake up when it gets near to what they, the powers that have engineered want it to be the end. I don't want it to be the end. I'm not going down without a fight. I'm not going down without speaking up and doing something about it. And many other people aren't either. I got another video here from Theo Vaughn. It's fantastic. He's been talking out a lot about it. Jake Shields has been talking about the noticing. Jake Shields is a dynamo. Again, back to my point. I mean, sometimes I think maybe is there another agenda at play here, right? Is there something else that I'm missing? Do they want people to notice? This is when you're in these psychological warfare type situations, and we're in these mind games, info wars, you kind of have to play 3 and 4 and 5 and 97 steps ahead in order to make sure that you're not getting into some bullshit, right? The only way that I always tell whether something is true or not is, at the end of the day, does it support the system? Does it support the military industrial complex? Does it support big pharma? Does it support, the power structures of the world, right? The other thing that I always think about is this: they don't care what we're fighting about as long as we're fighting. Because when we're fighting with one another, that's what they want, right? Albert Pike's letter to Mazzini appears to be playing out to a T, right? That was all about the 3 world wars, and the last one would be fomented by Arabs and JEWS, and it appears to be where we're at. It's pretty wild. Let's watch this Theo Vaughn video here. Let me see. The mission. Okay, Theo Vaughn, here we go.
They're trying to get us into a war with Iran. Israel is trying to. I don't trust Israel leader at all. I don't believe anything that guy says. And I don't think that our soldiers should have to go and defend stuff that they start. It feels like they're trying to push Trump to go do that. And it's like, what do we get? You know, what's the win for us? We're just involved in some other thing while we have suffering here at home. And I don't know why we support them. I don't understand that. I wish they would really give us a better explanation, you know, especially after the massacres in Gaza. I don't understand. I do not understand that. And some people say, well, you don't know enough about it. That may, and it may not. But it's like, can I still speak about it? Can I speak about how I feel about it? They're trying to get us into
Rupert Murdoch, do enough research and you will find a ton of our problems relate to him and Fox News. I don't doubt it. I think the media is a huge, obviously it's a huge player. I mean, yeah, I don't doubt it at all. And I'll tell you something, you know, historically, I don't label myself anything nowadays. Historically, I used to call myself a conservative, but I'm so sick of the conservative, you know, I'm just over it. I'm over it. I gave up on Donald Trump even. Once so many things in the column of this guy is bought and paid for by, you know, is Israel and AIPAC, and he's part of the same old club that George Carlin always talked about. It's a big club and we're not in it. I was just like, okay, the whole system's corrupt and all of them are corrupt. And I do believe the media just manipulates us. And I don't doubt that, you know, it's a major problem. It's a major problem.
they're trying to get us into.
Let's see what else we got here. Again, the Jake Shields situation. People just, this guy's talking about, you know, the fact that Israel wouldn't be able to exist without us. I mean, people are noticing. It's so weird. It's so weird. I just think whenever I see so many people noticing, I just think of all the Palestinian lives that have been lost, you know, over the last, 76 years. It's just wild. Let me see if I can play this one here. Yeah, this is a good one right here.
We are the ones responsible for this. In 1951, this man, Mohammad Mossadegh, was democratically elected by the people of Iran. He was named Time Magazine's Man of the Year, specifically for standing up to Western imperialism. But he did something unforgivable to the West, which was to nationalize the Iranian oil industry. So what do? Well, we sent in the CIA to overthrow his government in a secret operation called Project Ajax. We then installed the Shah, who gave us unfettered access to the oil, but was also a brutal dictator. We're talking about secret police, torture, executions. And this eventually led to the rise of the Ayatollah and the Islamic fundamentalist regime that we know today in Iran. In fact, the U.S. has repeatedly overthrown secular governments in the Middle East because they oppose Western imperialism. We just talked about Iran, but there was also Iraq in 1963 and also in 2003 with Saddam Hussein, Afghanistan in the 1980s, Libya in 2011, Syria also in 2011. Those are under Obama. I mean, if you take a look at this map, it's almost like it's not about the nuclear weapons. Please, let's not get lied into yet another regime change war in the Middle East.
And also, Shane Vibes Truth was talking about this as well. This guy right here, he's good. He's let me see if they've credited him. They didn't. I forget his name right now, but you know him. He's sharing a lot of truth. He's like an independent journalist on Instagram. I'll try to find it here. But people forget about that. The fact that Iran, you know, and I didn't even know that, but in the 50s, like he said, it's on the list of William Bloom's list of CIA meddling in other countries' governments, and it's on the list there as well as Iraq, as well as all of them. There's like 100 plus, but people forget about that, and it makes me believe that this could all be orchestrated, right? Saddam Hussein in Iraq could have been orchestrated. Libya could have been orchestrated. I don't know. Right. That's what I say. Right now, I don't really know what's true and what's not. This is you got to trust your discernment to levels that most people have never trusted before. It is definitely escalating the game. But I do know that obviously the reason the CIA went into all those countries is to make these puppets for some purpose, and to get the oil. Let's be real, and to get the oil. Yep, not just the Middle East, South America too. Yes, I'm more familiar with the South America part. I mean, I think we're familiar with all of them. But you make a good point. South America, it's just their greedy hands are in so many places. And I probably need to do a better job of like steering my content toward exposing this what the CIA. I've done a little bit, but I think if Americans knew more about what the CIA has been up to, they'd be more skeptical of their gov, because the CIA, I think the CIA runs the gov. I think it's super sketchy, to be honest. And then I did a deep dive into the experiments and the mind control and the hallucinogenic drugs that they were using to always further their game, right? It's so sick and disgusting, and how they work with researchers and doctors in America and Canada. And it's just a wild ride. I mean, but I don't think Americans know about that. Obviously, it's covert action. They don't want Americans to know about that, but it's been going down and it's so disgusting. I think if Americans knew about it, that they would change their tune, but they just think, a lot of Americans just think their government loves them and, is there for them. And that's just not the case. So anyway, there's my piece. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys very much. And thanks for your comments. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye.